The Wildcats fullback senior Tommy Horchard, and the quarterback, believe it or not, the leading passer in the county right now, senior PJ Rabova. Trey, you have a very important announcement I know that you must make right now.
That's right. We'd like to remind you that the rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the description and accounts of the Homer Center Blairsville game, including the tape recording of the game without the express written consent of Stereo 1160, is not only not prohibited, but highly encouraged by Stereo 1160. After all, it could be an exciting game, and you'll wish you had taped it. So you'll call us to make a dub of the tape, and we'll have to charge you for it, of course. So pop a cassette into your radio record unit right now and tape record the game. Who knows? It could be a classic. Thank you.
You are a classic. Like the soft drink. Real quickly, Ray, the captains are at midfield. We'll check the District 6 PAA rankings. In the Class A division, Blairsville leads it, of course, undefeated. They come in with 30 points. Bishop Guilfoyle second with 28. Penns Valley with 26. Homer Center fourth, holding on to that final playoff spot. There's top 24 points.
Homer Center has won the toss and elected to receive. We'll be back with the Blairsville kickoff right after this. Okay, we're probably going to go with two, but maybe only one. Let's wait. Check underway on Stereo 1160. Headed to the near sideline. Yancey will take it at the 8. It's a right sideline return across the 10, 15, gets behind the wall at the 20, and down he goes near the 25-yard line. Good return by Yancey. Ran laterally. The tackle is made by Jim Fox to quarterback to run the attack. We'll check that backfield for you. Yancey is flanked to the left. Horchard's the up back. The tailback is Mike Marusha. Handoff is to Marusha. Over the middle he goes and gets a couple of tough yards as the Blairsville defense is right there. A gain of only 2 on the play. Defensively, Frank Sharina is on the bottom for the Bobcats.
I think one thing the Wildcats feel they can do is maybe get outside on the Bobcat defense. United did a good job of it last week, and Homer Center worked on that outside game, the sweep, this week in practice. We'll see if they utilize it tonight.
Out they come again. With Yancey wide to left, out of the eye set. The pitch this time is to Marusha. He cuts over the left side. He's hit quickly as he gets to the 30-yard line. In there to make the stop, Frank Sharina and also Greg Troxel. The gain is 3 to the 30. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats of head coach Rick Faust. They come in 3-2. The Bobcats of Ernie Widmar, they are 5-0. Yancey is out. Wise is in there with a play from coach Rick Faust on the Homer Center bench. Mike Ramsel. Or rather, it is Rick Faust out over the ball. Flags all over the place. The snap never came. A walk-off will doubtless occur against the Wildcats. It's the Wildcats and the Bobcats.
Now the first penalty of the ball game coming with 10.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. That's one thing either club can afford to do is make a lot of mistakes, because I think yardage is going to be tough to come by again.
That turnover stat is so important.
It's funny to see the Wildcats on the far side of the field, Ray.
Yes, it is, because this is our home field, and this is a Blairsville home game. So it's 3rd and 10, a passing situation facing PJ Rabovich. Out of the eye set he goes. He takes a snap, he's back. He fakes, he fires. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver at the far sideline. Good coverage on the play by Troxel. Yancey, the intended receiver. So it's 4th and 10, and the Bobcats hold. The punt formation coming up for Homer Center. Back to receive, Benjy Mollo. And the kicker, Luke Novak, is back to punt. Gets good protection. The left-footed kick is away. Mollo looks for it in the lights. Grabs it at his 42, across the 45. Makes a move past Ginner, but Ginner slows him down and knocks him down at the 47. Looked like he had bypassed Ginner. Ginner is so strong, he grabbed him by the shoulder pads and actually knocked him down. Also, Bob Yancey also in on the stop. But good field position for Blairsville on their first possession. And they're actually in Homer Center territory at the 48-yard line.
33-yard punt by Novak.
Paul Emanuel is the quarterback. They go with a split setback formation and a slot to the right. Emanuel looks it over. Now they shift. Tracy Williams comes to the right. Sharina is the other setback. They give us to Sharina. He comes over the middle and is nailed quickly near the midfield stripe. In there defensively on the stop for the Wildcats, Dale Patterson and Mike Yount. Gain is to the 45-yard line from the 48.
Keys for the Wildcat defense tonight will be Delwood Patterson, the junior end, and also the other end, Tom Horchard. Tom had a good game last week. Blairsville likes to run the wide game too. Those ends are going to have to be effective tonight.
The original line of scrimmage was the Homer Center 48. He's at the 45.5. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. Power I formation with Emmanuel, the quarterback, gives to a second back cutting through the left side, gets a couple of yards and gets about 4 down to the 41-yard line. Carrying the ball was Corey McGuire. Tom Horchard in on the stop for Homer Center. Gain is nearly 5, just short of the 41-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and 3 situation. No score, first quarter, 8:44 and ticking. Action on Stereo 1160 WCCS Homer City. Let's see what Blairsville does here on 3rd and 3. Tracy Williams is the tailback in that power I set. Emmanuel, the quarterback, with the ends tight. A running formation. He gives off to Sherina over the middle, has the first down. Luke Novak makes the stop from Munster back, but a hole over the right side takes it to the 35.5-yard line. So they needed 3, and Sherina got 5. Plays coming from the Bobcat bench as Doug Anderson is in there replacing Greg Troxel. 1st and 10 for Blairsville. First down of the ball game for either team. Emmanuel under center. Power I set again. First back, Sherina right side, short yardage this time. As making the tackle defensively, Mike Young. Gain is inside the 35 to the 33. We'll call it a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8.
Ray, I was in the center of the field before the game. It's a little bit soft, but the field in pretty good shape for as much rain as we've had this week and today.
Thought I saw a number down there. It's not on the program for Homer Center. We'll check it. Power I set again. Emmanuel. Second back over the right side. Big hole into the secondary, breaking down the sideline. McGuire carries it across the 25, 20 down to the 18-yard line. Wise and Yount make the stop for the Bobcats at the 19. A delay over the right side, and the trap blocking worked beautifully for Blairsville. They get their second first down in the drive, down to the 19 Homer Center yard line. A change defensively as Yount is out of there at defensive left tackle. And let's see who came in there. John Bresalovic is in. They got it at the 18. This drive started at the Homer Center 48. 1st and 10 to go for the Bobcats. Out of the power I set. Emmanuel gives to his first back. Coming over the middle, Sherina is held upward and then tumbled back. In on the stop, Mike Ramsell, who made initial contact, had help on the play from Big Frank Cisco. Gain is to the 16. It's a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8. Blairsville makes a change as Mark Franklin replaces Doug Anderson in the line, and the play is coming from Ernie Widmar in his 21st year at the helm of the Blairsville Bobcats. The center, Pat Emanuel. He's the twin brother of Paul Emanuel. Is out over the football. Out of the I set, Tracy Williams is the tailback in that I. Power I set. The give is to Tracy. Flags down before the snap. Let's wait for the call from the officials. Del Patterson made the stop, but the play will not go as the flags occurred prior to the snap, and they're talking to Homer Center. Illegal procedure against the Bobcats. This will hurt their drive somewhat. 6:27 to go first quarter. It is scoreless between Blairsville and Homer Center.
The way both these teams like to run the ball, Ray, could be one of the quicker ball games of the year.
The ball rests at the 21-yard line. Right now, referee Elmer McDonald going back into the Blairsville huddle to say something to quarterback Paul Emanuel. Now he heads over to the sideline to talk to Coach Ernie Widmar. This is when you wish you had a microphone down there to find out what the little bit of concern is. I think the concern is with the chains across the way. Something happened there. What's going on?
The down marker has not moved back with the penalty.
I think the down marker is down. I think it's broken or something.
Or the gentleman holding it is.
It is a little repair job on the downs marker over there right now occurring. So there's a delay. We'll take this pause. 0-0, Homer Center and Blairsville. We'll play this by ear. We'll go with the 1. We'll go with the 1 and see how long it takes to fix this. As this is ending, I'll give you a quick cue either to give it back to us or go with another one. We'll see. Here. having trouble with the downs marker. It is down. Go with 2. Go with another one. Nice job, Tom. Just 2, buddy. That's it. After this one, we'll take it. Go ahead.
I saw Tomcat down on the field. I said, he's going to be doing football again. He says, F him. He said, jump on a bandwagon now. I'm not going. He's serious.
Play comes back in as Emmanuel gives off to McGuire coming over the right side. Ginner nails him for a short gain on the play. He was slowed up by Versalovic. And the gain is down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So it's 3rd down and about 10 to go for the first down. 5:52 to go in a scoreless first quarter with Mark Burdick, Ray Goss sending the action your way on Stereo 1160. Blairsville and Homer Center. The Bobcats of Blairsville are undefeated at 5-0. The Wildcats of Homer Center are 3-2. Passing situation facing the Bobcats. They are, of course, in 4-down territory at the Wildcat 18-yard line. They come out with a wing to the left and an eye set. Emmanuel takes the snap. He's back to throw. Play action. Looking, getting good protection. Fires. It is knocked away and incomplete. Good defense on the play as Bill Fulton played it perfectly out there. The pass was intended for Sharina. 4th down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Field goal.
I was going to say, the Bobcats have an excellent kicker in Jim Pike, and I was watching Jim in the pregame practice. He was booting them 40 yards with room to spare.
It is very breezy here, warm but breezy. And the wind seems to be blown across the field. This will be a 45-yard attempt. Correction, a 35-yard attempt. It's down at the 25. It'll be a 35-yard attempt, slight angle to the left. The holder is Paul Emmanuel, so he could try some razzle-dazzle out of the holding position. Pike, an excellent kicker. He'll try a 35-yarder. The ball is on the kicking tee. The kick is up there, and it is far enough, and it is no good. It just went under the crossbar. I thought it carried, but it just missed. So Jim Pike narrowly misses a 35-yard field goal with 5:17 to go, and the score is still 0-0, Homer Center and Blairsville.
Jim Pike showing good leg, though, with room to spare. That 35-yarder just sailed a little bit to the left, wide left. Wildcats take over. They survive the first scare of the evening. They have 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ready?
I think the wind may have hurt the ball because there's a very severe crosswind blowing, and it just held it up enough. So Homer Center survives the threat, and they have it at the 20-yard line. And Rabovich gives to his back, goes Marusha crashing over the middle across the 25 onto the 30-yard line. And the tackle is made by Joe Santos for Blairsville. The gain is 9. It is 2nd and 1.
Marusha, the leading ball carrier, of course, for the Wildcats, coming in 2nd in the county. 112 rushes, 472 yards, 4.2 average.
Into the lineup, Eric Pulaski with the play from the bench. At tight end, Yancey goes wide to the right. Ginner is tight end to the left. Out of the eye set, 2nd and short. Rabovich takes a snap. He's back to throw on 2nd and short. He fires. It's caught and dropped at the 35-yard line. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And let's see who that was out there. It was Pulaski. Benjy Mollo on the coverage, and Yancey was breaking deep.
That was one pass that should have been caught. A good play selection or play call by the Wildcats that time. With 2nd and inches, they put it up. Not a bad call at all.
That's right. Even if it doesn't work, you still should be able to pick it up on 3rd down. Of course, if you don't pick it up, then everyone says, why did he pass on second down?
Yeah. That's right.
But I agree with you, Mark Burdick. Yancey is wide to the right. Rabovich likes to sneak on short yardage, and he sneaks it and puts his head down, has the first down with yards to spare behind Rick Fouts' center. Powell driving his way forward. And also Ted Pretko. Matt Neese makes the stop for the Bobcats. The gain is across the 30 out to the 32-yard line. They're going to spot it. Greg Ondo is in. Pulaski is out at one of the tight end spots for the Wildcats. So they get their first down of the ball game in this scoreless first quarter, 4:22 and ticking. Yancey is wide to the right. Blairsville with a tight 5-2 defense, 3 men in the secondary. Out of the eye set, Rabovich. A little bit of jumping and a flags fly. Blairsville jumped and got back. Did they make Homer Center then jump? Then the offense must maintain that set position, or did they cross? We'll wait for the officials to unravel. The call is offside Blairsville.
I was going to say, PJ really barking the signals out tonight. I can hear him up here. And that cadence sometimes is so important. And you draw the defense off sides that time, and PJ doing a good job.
Change, Sean Hummel is in. Ron Luton is out for Blairsville. Lutton it is. The ball at the 36-yard line. This drive started at the Homer Center 20. So 1st and 5 to go. Yancey wide to the right, double tight end set out of the I set. Rabovich gives to his deep back. It is Marusha getting 3 as he comes over the right side. The hole open, but it closed quickly thanks to Frank Sharina. Sharina, a senior at 6'1", 195-pounder. He's outstanding on defense. Not bad on offense either.
Of course, this Bobcat team is dominated by seniors. 21 of the 42 on the roster are seniors. Most of them start.
The gain is to the 38-yard line. His second and a long 2. Mark Franklin calls defensive signals for the Bobcats. They go with 6 down linemen. The handoff, no, Rabovich is rolling to the right. Will he run or will he pass? He'll go down on a horse collar tackle for a loss. Back at the 35-yard line. Frank Sharina grabbed him and flipped him down. He had some help on the play from Matt Neese. That didn't work too well.
PJ had the option to run or pass. He elected to keep it. His receivers were well covered. Sometimes in the high school level, the quarterback will let fly anyways, but PJ did use good judgment in holding on to the ball and accepted the 3-yard loss.
Well, except perhaps a little better judgment, throw it away somewhere where it's not called grounding. But it is 3rd down and 6 now. Ginner is split slightly from his tight end to the left. They may screen to Ginner on this play. Back to throw, instead to the sideline, underthrown. PJ, either his arm was hit or he woefully underthrew Yancey on the sideline pass pattern, and it's 4th down and 6 in punt formation.
What happened that time, Ray, when PJ went to set up, his back foot slipped and he started to go down and felt a little bit slick in the middle.
Punt formation coming up. Ginter will be the snapper, Novak the kicker, Mollo the receiver. Benjy Mollo, who ran one back 95 yards, a kickoff return to win it for Blairsville over United in that big battle of the undefeated last week. This is a short kick. It's bouncing laterally around the 40-yard line and rolls dead at the 42, where Blairsville will put it in play. There's no score in the game. Back after this. Okay, I think only one. Yeah, just one. So we have to sneak a lot of commercials in because we've got, like on this kind of stuff, a lot of you'd stay here and do this, but we'll pick it up. Got to squeeze all these through. Just one, buddy.
Yeah. What does he do? Just monitor the board and pop him in there?
He's listening to me. When I cue, he goes. On the punt, there was a penalty against Homer Center, and let's see if Blairsville elects to take it or take the ball in pretty good field position. I don't know, Mark. What would you do?
Well, I'm trying to see what the penalty is. First of all, Ray, it looked like the line judge threw it, which maybe it's illegal motion or offsides on the Wildcats. Will the Bobcats want him to kick it over is the question. Or is it a big penalty? Maybe it's holding.
Well, they're going to make him kick it over. Or what? Yeah, there's the walk-off occurring back to the 25-yard line. Holding. Oh, yes, you want to take that if you're Blairsville, even though they had pretty good field position. The kicking game is so vital in football, and generally, if you're receiving the punt, you want it again because you could break one or just get a block punt, or a lot of things can happen. Usually pretty good for the receiving team, although you could rough the kicker and that could be bad for you. Pass from center is a good one. Novak gets the kick away. It is a spiral away from Mollo. Bounces laterally. He picks it up at the 48, across the 50. Good move at the 45. On his feet at 40. Got a block. He's going to go all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Benjy Mollo and Blairsville, 52 yards. And the Bobcats draw first blood with 2:06 to go in the first quarter. They lead it 6-0 over Homer Center. Boy, did he get a great downfield block to take the last possible defender out of the way. Mollo is sensational. He does it 2 weeks in a row.
He sure did. He did it against United when his troops were down, put him ahead. They kept the lead, won the ball game, and now a punt return, and the Bobcats are on the board drawing blood first.
52 yards, so forcing to kick it over paid off for Blairsville, and they lead it 6-0. will attempt the extra point. He's an excellent kicker. Just missed a 35-yard field goal. Emmanuel, the holder, the kick is up there. And it is good. Blairsville draws first blood thanks to Benjy Mollo's 52-yard punt return. It's 7-0 the Bobcats. With 2:06 to go in the first quarter, we'll have the Blairsville kickoff after this. Sensational punt return, wasn't it? Boy, did he get a block here.
Yeah.
If you can pick up, you know, I saw the block, but I don't know who the blocker was. You know, watch for that kind of. You're doing good, though. Just one, Tom.
How many yards, Ray?
52. That's what I.
What are you thinking down there?
Well, along with Ray Goss, Mark Burdick back with you. Blairsville getting on the scoreboard
for running. He can fly. He went all the way. Kickoff by Sharina, headed for Yancey. He'll take it at his 10. It's a right sideline return. 15, looking for room. 20, spun around and grabbed by his shirt and thrown down at the 21-yard line. Looked like he was going to elude the tackler, but grabbing him by the shirt and tossing him down was Jim Lucas, a sophomore in on that kickoff unit for Ernie Widmark. Ball is spotted at the 21-yard line. Well, one of the things that has made Blairsville successful this year is the ability to cash the big play. They did it last week, and they did it here in the first quarter against Homer Center this week. Rabovich under center. Marusha, the tailback, runs into his own blocker, Horchar, who was stuffed into his face, and he only gets a yard to the 22. Coming up on the bottom, Greg Boros, Lucas is in there, and also Brian Lucas, this time a senior, who made the stop. Barely a yard at the 22. 2nd and 9 for Homer Center. 1:19 to go in a first quarter that sees Blairsville on top, 7-zip over the Wildcats of Homer Center. PJ Rabovich has a wide out to the right. It is Wise, takes a snap, gives to his first back. Horchar comes over the middle, gets across the 25, out near the 26-yard line. Horchar on the carry. The tackle is made by Mark Franklin and Greg Boros. Franklin a little slow getting up, but he's all right. He's the defensive signal caller for the Bobcats. 3rd down and 5. They're just across the 25, Homer Center. They have to get to the 31-yard line.
Wildcats need to pick up a first down here.
Rabovich under center, Rick Fouts. In motion goes Yancey. Give is to Horchar. He didn't make it at all. They nailed him for about a yard gain. They try to slip him over the left side. Defensively in on the stop, Brian Kunkelman, a senior at 6 feet, 215 pounds. And Blairsville dominating first quarter action with 19 seconds to go. They lead at 7-0. And the kicking game again. It'll be punt formation for Homer Center. And Mollo, who just ran the last one back 52 yards, goes back. Blairsville calls a timeout to stop the clock and force Homer Center to kick in the first quarter into the win. So with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Blairsville. There's timeout on the field. Back after this. Let's see, Tom.
And Luke Novak will be punting for the 3rd time.
The wind's kind of swirling. I look at the flag. It's blowing just the opposite of the way it was when Pike tried that field goal. Pass from center is a big and high, but Novak has it. His kick is away. Mollo goes to field it, doesn't, because it bounces too precariously close to one of the Homer Center Wildcats. Yancey downs it at the 48-yard line. So Blairsville will have good field position. That's the end of the first quarter here at Blairsville. The score 7-0. The Bobcats lead Homer Center. We'll be back for second quarter action after this. Hopefully we're going to go with 2. We'll wait. Go with 2. Go with 2, buddy. Blairsville with the football as we start second quarter action. They have it at the 49. A quick pitch to the outside. Trying to turn a corner, Williams. He leaps over one tackler, comes across the 50, 45. Great run by Tracy Williams. Finally tackled way out of bounds. Yancey got him, and I mean, he almost got him in the second row of the stands over there.
Well, the thing...
It wasn't Yancey. It was instead Bill Fulton.
There's a big puddle of water over there, too. 2 fish in water.
Actually, hit him. They just kind of carried. No flag on the play. It's inside the 45, all the way down to the 44-yard line of Homer Center.
Blairsville likes running that wide sweep, and Emmanuel almost telegraphs it. There's no secret what they're going to do. It's just stop us if you can. That time the Wildcats didn't.
Williams did some nifty running, leaped over one tackler. Wideouts both ways for Emmanuel. He takes a snap, gives to his first back, who gets a good hole, and Sharina has the first down as he's inside the Homer Center 40 to the 39-yard line. Rob Gitter in on the stop, along with Mike Ramsell. So far, it's been all Blairsville. They lead it 7-0.
I see some umbrellas popping up in the crowd, some rain evidently falling here at Blairsville Stadium.
It's been threatening, very, very breezy, warm. Pat Emmanuel out over the ball. Paul Emmanuel, his twin brother, is the quarterback. Williams is on the left flank, and Emmanuel a quick pitch the other way, and nailed for a loss is the runner. McGuire carrying.
We have a flag in the backfield too,
And
Ray. Came in late, clipping.
But it's only first down. Emmanuel, quick pitch to the sideline, trying to turn the corner, and knocked out of bounds across the 40. Was that Stewart carrying the ball? It was. Coming to the near sideline. Butchie Stewart is tackled by Steve Buggy at the 43-yard line of Blairsville. They pitched to the near side of the field, figuring Homer Center would be defending the strong side or the wide side a little more aggressively. Steve Buggy calls defensive signals for the Wildcats, and then goes actually to a monster back position, or he's back in a defensive halfback, but he closes fast on the run. Now he moves up. He just goes back for a better view, I think. Now he's coming up tight into a linebacker spot. I thought that's where he usually played. Back to pass, Emmanuel. He's looking for a screen now. He slips and goes down himself at the 34-yard line, pinning him down, Frank Cisco. Just slipped on just a little slick there, and Emmanuel started losing his footing and went down with really no one hitting him, but Cisco was right there to make sure at the 34-yard line. Another loss on a play. Third down and a ton.
Loss of 8. Remember, a few ball games ago, the Wildcats against the Marion Center Stingers. I think it was at Marion Center that had about a third and a mile and a half.
Bill Fulton and Bob Yancey are the defensive halfbacks. Dave Wise is the free safety. Homer Center goes with 5 down linemen, 3 backers on a 3rd and long. And they give on a counter play, and Horchar misses the tackle, but slipping loose, it is McGuire. Then he's nailed as Yancey comes up from defensive right halfback to make the stop. Gain on the play to the 41-yard line. 4th down, it'll be punt formation. A couple of changes defensively for the Wildcats as Mark Benamati and Ted Pretko come in, replacing Frank Cisco and Mike Ramsell.
Frank Sharina, the Bobcat punter, averages 33.1 per kick. Of course, they'll shift out of the formation they're in now, Ray.
They shift into punt formation out of the power I set. Sharina with the line of scrimmage, the 41-yard line. Wise and Yancey back to receive. Pass from center is a good one. The kick is away. It's a high floater. Wise looking for it, makes the catch at the 40, spun around, and hammered out of bounds at the 36-yard line, I should say. Then on the tackle, Brian Ramasco. 8:45 to go till halftime. It's 7-0 Blairsville. Homer Center puts the ball in play at their own 36-yard line here in second quarter action. Very breezy. All of the action all season long of Homer Center football comes to you on Stereo 1160 WCCS Homer City. A little bit of a rain falling. Some of the fans have umbrellas up, and now more popping up in the stands. Good crowd on hand. Handoff is to Marusha, comes over the middle, breaks one tackle, and gets about 5. Kind of a late hit there coming up in the secondary.
There's been quite a few late hits on both sides of the ball. The referee's letting them play, though. That's what I like to see.
Mark Franklin on the hit. The good early hit. Ondo is out. At end, Gene Burfield is in. 4-yard pickup that time for Marusha. 2nd and 6 at the Homer Center 40. Wildcats down 7-0. They need to uncork a good drive. Horchar the up back. Marusha the tailback in the eye of the double tight end set. P.J. Rabovich gives to Marusha again. Into the left side, gets maybe a yard or 2. 2 at most as he tried to lean forward. There wasn't much there. And defensively on the bottom, Greg Boros and Matt Neese. Gain is 2, 3rd down and 3.5 to go for the first.
Mike Marusha, 7 carries for 26 yards here in the first half. It's important, I think, for the Wildcats to pick up a first down and keep this drive going and see if they can establish themselves here against Blairsville.
Pulaski in, tight end right, Ginner tight end left. Burfield is out. Yancey is flanked wide to the left. Let's see what Rabovich does. Takes a snap. Again, it's Marusha, left side, pounds his way for a first down as he crosses the 45 to the 47. He's got a good hole, and Greg Truxell is over to make the stop for the Blairsville Bobcats.
Second first down for the Wildcats here in the first half. You know, Ray, we've seen a lot of games here, and the Wildcats seem to do well when they have the ball moving left to right on the radio dial. That's what they're doing right now. They've scored a lot of touchdowns.
Going left to right, okay.
Right. Is that the north end zone, south end zone, east or west?
I don't know, it's that away. Yancey is wide left. Again, double tight end, eye set. Ravovich against the 5-man front. Marusha gets the call again, over the middle, hits a stone wall, gets only a yard. Defensively, Sean Hummel is there. And also helping out, Matt Neese. Gain is only a yard, 2nd and 9 at the 49. Hondo out. As coming in, it is Pulaski. Coach Rick Faust alternating his tight ends. Rick Fouts, the center, over the ball. Yancey is wide to left. See if Rabovich puts it up. Takes a snap. Play action left. Looking for Yancey deep. Fires it one-on-one coverage with Stewart. Overthrows everybody. Stewart nearly picked it off. And a flag down.
What happened, Bob Yancey tackled Butch Stewart. Not a good play by the senior, Bob Yancey. It's going to go against the Wildcats. Personal foul.
Well, Stewart had his hands on the ball, but Yancey apparently hit him very late.
Well, he sure did. The ball had bounced 5 or 10 yards away from both players, and for no reason, Yancey tackled Butchie Stewart. It'll go against the Wildcats, and those are the mistakes that'll kill you.
And it could be a dead ball foul, which means the play will count, Mark Brady, because it was long after the whistle. Let's see how the officials interpret this. The referee this evening is Elmer McDonald. So he's talking to his co-officials. Chuck Burrell is the umpire, headlinesman Chuck Chamberlain, Gary Neff the line judge, and Keith Howard the back judge. Let's wait for the signal.
Assistant coach Bill Miller not too happy with the call across the way.
Yeah, it is. Personal foul against Bob Yancey of Homer Center, so the walk-off will occur, but I'm more curious about the loss of down. We knew the penalty was against Homer Center. It did occur after the play was dead, and I think the referee signaled over to indicate it is also after the play. Yancey over there now conferring with one of the officials. It is 2nd down according to the marker over there, but they're indicating 3rd down, I think. It is 3rd down. One of the officials motioning to the PA announcer say 3rd down because it was after the play, as I surmised. 6:29 to go to halftime. That one really doubly hurt. It's all the way back to the 34-yard line. 3rd and 24 for Homer Center. And the give is to Marusha over the left side. He found a hole, but it closed just as he was trying to get to the outside. He cut across the 35 out to the 38. Mark Franklin makes the stop, and it'll be punt formation with the win for Luke Novak. Benjy Mollo has the only touchdown, a brilliant 52-yard punt return in the first quarter for Blairsville. Novak wears gloves. Ginter, the snapper, does not. Line of scrimmage, Homer Center 38. Pass from center is a good one by Ginter. Kick is away, end over end. Mollo trying to take it on a fly, does. His knee hit the ground as he skidded. Made a nice catch of the ball at the 33. And even though he went down right there, it was a good play by Mollo, because if that ball bounces, he has trouble fielding it, and it could have gotten by him for much worse field position. So Blairsville will put it in play at their own 33. They lead it 7-0 over Homer Center. The clock indicated to continue moving. It shows 5:42 in the second quarter. You have some interesting guests at halftime, Mark Burdick.
I sure do. I'll have the wives of both coaches, Mrs. Rick Faust and Mrs. Ernie Widmar.
Sometime known as Sib and Judy. Split backs, widely split, as Emmanuel takes a snap on a dive over the left side, breaking it. It is McGuire across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Got a gaping hole defensively. Buggy is there, and Rob Ginter, along with Luke Novak. But the gain, a good one, of 8, 2nd and 2. 5 minutes to go to halftime. First half dominated by Blairsville. They lead it 7-0. John Bresalovic going out. Frank Cisco back in there defensively for Homer Center. 5-man front by Homer Center. Emmanuel gives to the right. Sharina tripped up right near the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got the first down. Good defense by Homer Center that time. Steve Buggy in there defensively to make the stop. Had help from Rob Ginter. 3rd and 1. Buggy calls defensive signals for Homer Center. 4.5 to go in a warm first half, but rain starting to fall here. A lot of rain gear in the crowd and some umbrellas, but a lot of people just taking the light falling rain. The temperature still in the 70s. 3rd and short for Blairsville. They lead it 7-0 over Homer Center. Keeper by Emmanuel, spins his way, has the first down as he crosses the 45 near the 46-yard line. Francisco in on the stop.
That'll be the 4th first down here in the first half for the Bobcats. 4:06 remaining, 7-0 Blairsville.
Ball at the 46-yard line. Blairsville alternating a couple of linemen. Troxel is out and Franklin is in with a play coming from Ernie Widmar on the Bobcat bench. Blairsville undefeated at 5-0. Homer Center 3-2. Emmanuel still talking to his backs as he comes up under center. Taking a lot of time. Takes a snap and the whistle sounded. Too much time. Delay will be called against Blairsville.
That'll be the Bobcats' 4th penalty for a total of 30 yards. The Wildcats have committed 3 for 30 yards. Blairsville has 2 timeouts remaining, and the Wildcats still, I believe, with all 3 of theirs.
Blairsville has dominated first half action. Their score coming on a 52-yard punt return by Benjy Mollo. Last week it was Mollo with a sensational 95-yard kickoff return to win it 10-7 over United in the Battle of the Unbeaten. So the Bobcats still undefeated at 5-0. 1st and 15 is Emmanuel under center. Takes a snap, quick pitch to the outside. It is Stewart trying to turn the corner, and he is thrown out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play as Horchar is over there with Luke Novak coming up from that secondary. Buggy was there, and also Bill Fulton. They strung that play out and threw him down for no gain at the 41-yard line. 2nd and 15.
Second time the Bobcats have run that sweep. First time to the right they ran it with Williams. They gained 8. This time, nothing doing, says the Wildcat defense. 2nd and 15.
Horchar playing that right cornerbacker spot. Del Patterson is the defensive left end. You'd think Emmanuel would put it up one of these times. Let's see. He's back quickly. Now he's going to run the ball, and they've got him for a loss. The Homer Center defense coming up big again.
I think what happened
Mike Yount on a tackle.
I think what happened that time, Ray, that was going to be a quick look-in pass to Tracy Williams, and Emmanuel didn't have a good grip on the ball. Right now, the Wildcats have called for their first time out of the first half, so with 2:20 remaining in the first quarter, 7-0 Blairsville. More football after this.
If you did.
I talked to him.
Okay, it should go next if you found it.
In the first half, 3rd and 16 for the Bobcats. We're set for action, Ray.
Well, Homer Center called timeout. They feel they're going to stop, and they want the ball back with as much clock as possible. Homer Center making a late change. I don't know if they have too many people on the field. Apparently they did not. Now the flag down. Emmanuel under pressure throws, complete short. Spun around. A good tackle by Luke Novak. Rory McGuire made the catch. But does Homer Center have too many white shirts out there? Well, it's easy enough. Let's count them. No, they only have 11. So maybe the flag was on something else. Cisco ran on late. Unless someone slipped off during the play.
He looked like a blitzing linebacker. He's coming from about as far as you can come.
They're asking, the Homer Center coaches saying, what's the problem? We only have 11 out there. We had 10 and we put one on. You can't penalize us for having 10. Now the officials are discussing it. Count noses. Maybe there's no flag. Let's wait.
Face mask on the wall.
Face mask. I remember one time, Mark Burdick doing a basketball game. Duquesne actually slipped the guy in. No one came out. They played for about a minute and a half with 6 men on the floor, and someone noticed it, and he slipped off, and the officials never saw it.
Did they get called for face mask?
No face mask. Homer Center coach is a little concerned because they thought the initial call was for too many men, and they're covering it up by making another call, but let's wait for it.
Well, now the officials are marking it off. No, they're not. Okay. I was going to say they're marking it off against Blairsville.
Well, he went one way, went the other way. Now he's coming the other way. This is when you wish they had the NFL rules and they had the mics on to give the call.
One good thing, it's not an automatic first down in high school action, I don't believe.
No. The officials are still discussing. Rick Fouts is out on the field part way and trying to get some interpretation of this situation. He's across the way. One of the officials is heading in his direction. And I'm sure Rick is going to say, what happened? It's against Homer Center. It's 3rd down and 11 at the 45-yard line of Blairsville. Emmanuel, the counter play coming to the left. Good hole and a nice move, but only a 4-yard gain as Yancey slowed him up, and then the tackle was made by Mike Yount on McGuire. McGuire's making all kind of moves. He got through the line, and now Homer Center is going to call a timeout with 1:41 to go in the half. It's 4th down and about 7 for Blairsville. Blairsville leads at 7-0. We'll be back after this. Okay, we're going to go for 2. Time. We're 22.
6 for the Bobcats. We'll see if they shift out of the full house backfield into punt formation. The Wildcats think they will.
Well, they have Wise back. Usually they have double backs back there. They shift. And Sharina will kick it. Pass from center is a good one. Kick is away. Wise is going to let it bounce. It's very short into the wind, but it rolls well for Blairsville, and it'll roll dead at the 22-yard line, where Homer Center will put it in play with 1:31 to go till halftime. Blairsville leading it by 7-0. So let's see what Homer Center can do. Now, this can backfire on you if you start putting it up. If you get picked off, you're in trouble. Homer Center likes to grind them out, but they have the ability with Bob Yancey to hit a deep one. So let's see what the strategy of the Wildcats is. The clock is moving.
If it were me, I think I'm going to be happy down only 7 at halftime.
I tend to agree. So let's see if they just try to pop along with it. Is that Santa? No, the give is instead to Marusha over the left side. Gets only a couple yards out to about the 25-yard line. Defensively, Sean Hummel and Matt Neese are in on the tackle. Homer Center breaks huddle. P.J. Rabovich, the quarterback. He has Yancey as a wideout. Borchard, the up back. And P.J.'s back to throw. Fires, complete at the sideline. Yancey trying to get out of bounds, did he?
I believe he did.
Stewart in on the tackle, Butchie Stewart. It is a 1st down, 38 seconds to go till halftime. That's that sideline pass. Worked nicely. A safe pass to the 35-yard line. Little equipment adjustment being made by the referee on one of the Bobcats.
That's PJ's first completion. He's 1 of 4 for 10 yards.
Mark Franklin, stellar defensive captain for Blairsville, was getting an equipment adjustment. Now he'll probably put it up. Back to throw. Throwing the long bomb down the field, 101. Yancey is nowhere near him. Throwing into double coverage. Back there, Mollo covering deep. Well, that only took 6 seconds. You know, Mark, I haven't seen the screen to Rob Gitter in a couple of weeks. You work closely with Rick Faust all week with these plays. I heard the way you called him Air Faust here in the pregame show. I got a big charge out of that.
I know it wouldn't be a bad call. I know we expected it a few other times along the way in the past couple of ball games. They haven't used it. Maybe once last week, but
well, of course, Blairsville's in a prevent situation here. They're not rushing a lot of linemen, so maybe only 3 or 4. It may not be the correct time to call it, but back to throw again. Over the middle deep. Double cover, intercepted. Flag down, will be interference. Mollo picks it off. He's across the 50, 45. Slips a tackle at the 40. Reverses his field, goes the other way. He's being surrounded. He gets away. He gets away again, but they got him around the 45-yard line. But it's going to be interference. Wise was interfered with before Mollo intercepted. Pass was overthrown. So Homer Center is going to get the football, I do believe. 14 seconds to go till halftime.
Mollo had the right idea. He said, I'm going to run as much clock off, maybe just run it all off. He ran around for about 30 seconds.
He's an exciting ball player. Scored the only touchdown tonight. The only touchdown for Blairsville last week that won it, both on big returns. Now the officials unraveling this, but if I interpret it, I saw the flag thrown as Wise went up for the ball and he was hammered. Pass went over his head, Mollo intercepted. So Homer Center should get the football on pass interference and get a 1st down. They do. But there are only 14 seconds left in the half.
Personal foul on the Wildcats, too, Ray.
Well, that'll offset then. Of course, there was a possession change on the foul, so the officials really have to dig into their law books almost on that one. With 14 seconds to go in halftime, we'll take this break as they unravel it. 7-0 Blairsville. Goff against us. You know, because there was one foul. Just one. Okay.
Mark Burdick back along with Ray Goss here at Blairsville Stadium. 14 seconds remaining here in the first half. The officials marking off the penalty against the Bobcats. Of course, in high school football, on an interference call, you don't get the ball where the infraction occurred, right?
That's right, 15 yards. And then I think they might pick it up and walk it back off the other way. Let's see if they do. Yes, they will. It sounds kind of crazy, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Just as we figured, the first foul occurred against Blairsville while Homer Center had the ball. A lot of fans will not understand this, but the second foul occurred after the interception, which is nullified because of the first call. So this is correct what the officials are doing. Homer Center has the football at their own 35-yard line. You could watch football for 10 years and never see something like that occur.
Now we have Ernie Widmar playing prevent defense. He's way down here at the 30-yard line.
And their backs are way back. 14 seconds ago, line of scrimmage is at 35, and Rabovich is back to throw again. It's firing deep down the sideline, and it is almost intercepted. As back there covering on the play was Skirball, Adam Skirball. Wise was the intended receiver. Blairsville playing excellent pass defense, playing behind the deep receivers. They don't want anyone to get behind them. 7 seconds to go till halftime.
Well, they come into this ball game with their secondary. Lucas has 2 interceptions, Skirball with 2, and Troxel with 2. 3 ball players in the top 10 as far as interceptions go.
Could be the last play of the half. If it's a long developing pass play, if it's a quickie, might have 2. P.J. Rabovich, and again, he might just run it. Takes a snap. He's back to throw. They hit him. He's down. A sack on the play. As in there to make the sack was Brian Kunkelman, and that's the end of the first half here at Blairsville Stadium. The undefeated Blairsville Bobcats lead Homer Center 7-0 at the half, and we'll be back with our halftime show right after this. Okay, you want to go with 3, buddy? You have that replay? You see this? You know, they're all fired up, and Homer Center breaks huddle. Keep along with Stewart. There's the kickoff, and it is a short one. There's flags all over the field before the kickoff. It was grabbed by an upback.
I believe the Wildcats were offsides on the kickoff. The ball player on the far side of the field, I think, jumped the gun or jumped the whistle.
Where's the other sheet?
That's the call. Offsides
from him.
On the Wildcats, and penalties have cost the Wildcats. That's
What will occur? Bounce will kick off to either Stewart or Mollo. If he gets it that far and is bouncing, bounces through both of them. Across the 10, the 5, it'll go into the end zone, and in high school football, it's an automatic touchback. So Homer Center got one squished right through them, and they were fortunate there because it looked like Blairsville would get good field position. So the Bobcats will put it in play at their own 20-yard line. It's so important when you're catching a ball or trying to catch the ball on a fly, on a punt or a kickoff, as far as field position is concerned. Emmanuel brings his team out of the I set. Takes a snap down the line to the left, gives off to his halfback, and it is McGuire breaking a tackle and gets up near the 25, still fighting forward, holding onto his legs and making the tackle. Yount is in there with Dell Patterson and Ramsel helping out, but a gain of 5 to the 25-yard line for Blairsville.
Those ones you took out of the other very good.
Borchar is playing that right corner. Cisco at a tackle spot. Dell Patterson is at the other end. Yount is the defensive left tackle. And Mike Ramsel is in there and a line position. They actually have 4 down linemen now, Homer Center. 2nd down and 5 for Blairsville. Emmanuel, the quarterback. High set. Handoff is to the first back. Breaks over out of tackles. Has the first down across the 30, 35 out to the 37-yard line. Cisco in on the tackle. Along with Fulton. Corey McGuire in on the carry. Good gainer, 13 yards out to the 38-yard line. A biggie for Blairsville. We played 1 minute of the third quarter. It is 7-0 the Bobcats on a 52-yard punt return by Benjy Mollo in the first quarter at the 2:06 mark. Ball resting at the 38 Blairsville yard line. Drive started at the 20 on the touchback following the kickoff. McGuire is flanked to the left, out of the I set. Quarterback Emmanuel gives to his second back. Good hold over the left side, comes to the outside, making a move to the 30, 35, 40, 45, and out of bounds. It is Tracy Williams. Great run. He's finally knocked out by Luke Novak and help from Bob Yancey. Tracy nearly went all the way, Mark.
Well, the Bobcats chewing up some big yardage here in the early going.
Gain is to the 37-yard line, and Homer Center calls a timeout to realign their defense. 10:30 to go, third quarter. 7-0 Blairsville. Back after this.
It's 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 37, right?
First possession so important in the second half, and the Bobcats taking advantage of it thus far. Emmanuel, the quarterback, down the line on the left. He gives off to McGuire. McGuire has some yardage as the hole opened, but it closed quickly that time. Mark Benamedian on the stop for Homer Center. And Frank Cisco.
Intensity can play such an important role in any sport, especially football, I think. And you can just see it. Blairsville came out. They're jumping around Ernie Widmar, all excited, ready to go in the second half. And conversely, to be honest with you, the Wildcats a little bit lax on the far side of the field.
Ball at the 33.5-yard line, about a 3.5-yard pickup. A lot of times, yeah, that's true. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes teams act differently. They just play it cool, but they're fired up inside. But I would tend to agree with you. Blairsville, much more emotional ball club right now. Second down and long 6. Emmanuel gives to his second back. Big hole on the trap on the left side. And McGuire has the first down. Luke Novak making the tackle. That was Tracy Williams carried that ball. He nearly went all the way. He needed one more step. He is down to the 22-yard line. They're using a lot of delays, Mark Burdick, and they're getting big holes because Homer Center is coming across the line of scrimmage and being trapped. And it's working beautifully for Blairsville. So Homer Center has to read a little better before just walking through an opening and getting suckered, really. Hand off to the first back this time, and he gets some yardage. Sharina carrying into the right side. Steve Buggy in on the stop. This is a short gain. They're going to mark it at the 21-yard line. A yard pickup, second down and a long 9. Well, actually, they give him no gain on that. At the 22, no gain.
Well, Blairsville, too, they like to run that sweep, and they've only run it a couple of times tonight, really running right up the gut.
Tracy Williams dots the I. Sharina's the up back. Williams gets the call, hole over the left side. He's nailed as he was ready to go all the way again. Is making the stop defensively for Homer Center in that defensive secondary. Novak makes the stop at the 14-yard line. They're finding a gaping hole over their own left side, the defensive right side of the Homer Center line. Third down and about 2 at the 14-yard line. Have to go to the 12. 8:24 and ticking in the third quarter. Blairsville leads at 7-0. I tell you, Mark, they get a second touchdown. It becomes very difficult for Homer Center.
I'm sure that's their game plan. They said, Ernie probably told them, let's get it in the end zone on our first possession.
Emmanuel gives to his tailback. He's nailed right at the line of scrimmage. Good defense that time. Steve Buggy in on the stop as he got Sharina right at the line of scrimmage. Get her jumped on. It's fourth down. Big situation here. There was no gain on it at the 14-yard line. But a yard and a half to go for the first down. Closer to 2. Big play in the third quarter. Homer Center can hold. Maybe they'll get their offense going. Power I set. Williams dots the I. McGuire the left halfback. Sharina the up back. And getting the call is McGuire. He took a step, got a yard, and then it was hit hard. And this is going to be close.
Depends on the spot, Ray. You're going to call for a measurement.
Who made the hit? Bob Yancey came up and stuck him.
He definitely made some forward progress.
I think he's short from the way I'm looking, but this is a tough measurement, a tough angle from where we're looking through field glasses at around the 13-yard line. Give this to the second back. Tracy Williams cuts through a small hole and is nailed. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage. Mike Yount in on the tackle, and it's against Blairsville. A 5-yard walk-off will occur if Homer Center wants it. The gain was only about a yard.
Bobcats are already in field goal range. Of course, we don't have to worry about a field goal yet because it'll still be first down after the mark-off.
Could be a field goal attempt, but if you look at that flag right behind the goalpost, he's be kicking into a very strong wind, and they do take the 5-yard walk-off.
I was watching him kicking into that same window, Ray, before the game, and he was kicking 40-yarders with room to spare.
Well, you sure it was blowing that way? That wind is blowing 3 different ways during this game. It is blowing straight into the faces of Blairsville right now, and it's starting to rain.
You're right about that.
Maybe you were right. He was kicking into the wind, but I've seen that flag blowing 3 different ways during the course of this game, and it's starting to rain here. From the 18-yard line, flags down again, and I think Blairsville is going to get caught again for illegal procedure. Call, or let's wait. The head linesman has the flag just at the snap of the ball unless Homer Center jumped. Line of scrimmage about the 17.5-yard line. Bobcats with a time-consuming drive here to start the third quarter. 6:32 to go in the third quarter, and it is another procedure call against Blairsville, taken back to the 23-yard line from about the 18. So they have first down and 20.
It's one way to stop a drive.
Well, mistakes are so important in football. You recall the the punt return for a touchdown by Blairsville in the first quarter, but it was precipitated by a holding call on the previous punt by Homer Center, and that allowed them to kick again and got Benjy Mollo a 52-yard punt return. Emmanuel, the quarterback. He's back to throw. He's looking, has a lot of time. Fires out of bounds. Smart play by Emmanuel. Just threw it away. There was nobody open, and they finally started to come in on him, so he just fired it out over the sideline. 6:02 to go, third quarter. Still 7-0 Blairsville. And it's second down at 20 at the 23-yard line.
That's a sign of a smart ball player. Paul Emmanuel, I'm sorry. Senior, 6'2", 205. Good size, probably the biggest quarterback in the county, and just threw it out of bounds. Heady play.
And his twin brother, Pat Emmanuel, up over the football. Paul Emmanuel comes up under center. Brian Ramasco is tight end to the left, wing back to the right, out of the I set. They give it on a fake counter, back to throw. Emmanuel firing, man there, and it is caught for a touchdown. And the man making was Brian Ramasco. Ramasco, a crossing pattern. One of the Wildcats went for the interception, didn't get it. With 5:54 to go now, third quarter, it is 13-0 in favor of Blairsville. And that's going to make it very tough for the Wildcats. Pike to attempt the point from placement. Emmanuel Mahone. Pass from center is a bit high. Kick by Pike is up there to get that win. It is perfect. And with 5:54 to go in the third quarter, undefeated Blairsville now leads Homer Center 14-0. We'll be back with a Bobcat kickoff after this. Just one. Thanks. It's an 80-yard. He onside kicks it or just boots it short. Homer Center falls on it at their 33-yard line. You don't want to risk any kickoff return, so you just booted it along the ground, soccer style. And Homer Center will put it in play at their own 33-yard line. You imagine, Mark, this is the first time Homer Center has touched the ball this quarter. They used over 6 minutes on that 80-yard putt.
And we have a Wildcat down in the field, flat on his back.
Whoever,
pick up his number.
one of the boys who was receiving the ball, it looks like it might be Novak, and there's an injury timeout right now with 5:51 to go third quarter. Blairsville 14, Homer Center nothing. Back after this. On the first carry, it is Marusa getting a good gain as Mike comes thundering across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. Novak appears to be all right as he goes to the sideline. Marusa gets the call again to the left side, leans forward, and looks like he has a first down on the play as he nears the 44-yard line. The official indicates first down for Homer Center. Mike Marusa working twice in a row with the runs. Mark Franklin in on that last tackle.
Well, Rick Fowles said he likes to have his team with their backs against the wall coming into this game. Now they're really against the wall, down 14-0, 5 minutes remaining, third quarter, clock ticking.
Little equipment adjustment for Mark Benamedi made by the official. Now Mark heads to the sideline. He'll have to come out, or they stop the clock for just an equipment adjustment. I think Blairsville. Orchard the up back, Marusha the tailback as PJ takes the snap. It is Marusha into the middle, gets only a yard to the 45-yard line as the Bobcats are there. Frank Sharina is there, Kunkelman. And the gain is 1, second and a long 9. Yancey is the flanker to the right, double tight end set. PJ Rabovich takes the snap, second back, Marusha hit behind the line, and down he goes for a loss as nailing it was Frank Sharina. Boy, he just shot through there from the linebacker spot. Someone missed the block. That's not Marusha's fault. He just got the ball and bang, he found Sharina on top of him. A loss of 2 back to the 43-yard line. It's third down and 11, a passing situation. Tondo is out and Burfield is in.
Sorry, Ray, that time Sharina just shook off the block of Yount like he wasn't there.
Yancey is flanked to the left. Windy situation as PJ gives it to Marusha. He shakes one tackle, but he slowed up and stopped for a short gain on third down and long. Mark Franklin is there with help on the play by Neese, Matt Neese. So it looks like punt formation for the Wildcats at their own 47-yard line. It's an interesting play call on third and long. Just try to mix them up, I guess, and run it when you're expecting pass. A lot of changes by the Wildcats here. Their punting unit on. Fourth down and about 7. Rob Ginter is the snapper. Luke Novak the punter. And Benjy Mollo, a dangerous punt return man. He has a 52-yarder for a touch already in this ball game. Blairsville backing off. They run it. Homer Center on fourth down. They didn't make it at all. And a great tackle. They gave it to the up back. Sharina nailed the ball carrier, and it was Horchard. He was right there. If he beats Sharina, he has a first down, but there's a flag down on the play. Let's wait for the call.
I think that's just a ball marker, Ray.
Well, they used a yellow hanky to mark the ball. That's confusing, but you're right. It's at the 47-yard line. Not a bad time to gamble. You're down 14-0. But Blairsville was right there, and Frank Sharina just put his head on the numbers of Orchard and drove him down. Emmanuel down the line to the left, handoff to the first back. He gets yardage as McGuire carries and gets inside the 40 to about the 37. Buggy on the stop. The gain is about 4.5. Second down and 5.5 to go. The ball resting at the Homer Center 42-yard line. Horchard heads to the sideline as the officials call a momentary timeout. Let's see what the call is for Tommy Horchard. Is it an equipment? 2 minutes and ticking. Third quarter, 14-0 Bobcats over Homer Center. Emmanuel under center takes a snap down the line, gets to the third back, Tracy Williams, bumps out of the arms of one tackler, and then is hit down, but he has good yardage on the play. As Yount is there along with Yancey, and coming off the bottom, Luke Novak. Again, let's see where they mark it. It's going to be short of a first down, it appears. Inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. It has to go about the 37. It's third and a long 1. A minute 25 to go in the third quarter. Blairsville dominating action, leading 14-0. 52-yard punt return, 23-yard pass play, capping an 80-yard drive here in the third quarter. First back through, and is it Tracy Williams carrying the ball? He's close to a first down, appears to have it.
Frank Sharina, Ray.
Sharina it is, you're right, 23. First down for the Bobcats.
Buggy made good penetration, hit him behind the line of scrimmage, but Sharina with good second effort picked up the first down. Bobcats have it just outside the Wildcat 35-yard line.
And with a minute to go in the third quarter. The second half has been all Blairsville. And they led 7-0 at the half. Give us to the third back, Tracy Williams, through a small hole, hit, and down he goes. Bob Yancey makes the tackle, and Yancey is down. Short gain. Yancey is slow getting up. And there'll be a timeout for Yancey with 39 ticks left on the third quarter clock. 14-0 Blairsville. Back after this.
Security guards breaking up?
Yeah, all they want.
Second down for Blairsville at the 33-yard line. Emmanuel takes a snap down the line to the left, gives off to Tracy Williams. He's hit behind the line and thrown down near the line of scrimmage. That time he ran into his own interference. Good defense. Ginter's over there with help on the play from Dave Wise all the way from free safety.
Well, we have a moment, Ray. I'd like to remind everybody tomorrow afternoon, Stereo 1160, pleased to present the IUP Homecoming Parade live.
Well, it'll be in the afternoon, but it starts at 11 in the morning, Mark. I know that's kind of early for you to get up, but it start around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's the end of the third quarter here at Blairsville. Homer Center trails the Bobcats 14-0. We'll have fourth and final quarter action right after this. We're okay, really. We're at 47. We get the rest in the postgame show. Exactly. Emmanuel up under center. See if he goes with a pass here. He gives to a second back. McGuire hit, gets away, hit again, slips away, comes to the outside. Wise has him, but he made some yardage on the play. McGuire broke 2 tackles. Cisco came back to help out, but he got a first down inside the 25. And McGuire did all that on his own, right at the 25 they marked it.
Now Blairsville has some good backs in Corey McGuire, Tracy Williams, and Frank Sharina. Williams is a junior, one of the few juniors in the lineup for the Bobcats. He'll be back next year.
I'll tell you, Blairsville's doing a great job at the point of attack. Good play selection. They're running some delays. They're running some quick hitters. They're getting holes in the Homer Center line. From the 25, Emmanuel looks over the defense. Takes a snap. First back. Sharina breaks a couple of tackles, pulled down by the sleeve. Steve Buggy grabbed him. And he gets inside the 20 to about the 19. They're going to mark it. 6 on the play. The gain, 2nd and 4. Homer Center makes a change defensively. As Yount is out of there. And Benametti replaces him at defensive left tackle. Blairsville 2nd and 4. They lead it 14-0, and they're on another drive that would put this one clear out of sight. Davis to the first back. Comes over the right side. Sharina carrying the ball. Gets very short yardage this time as they unstack Buggies down there with help on the play. Got about a yard. Mike Ramsel also helping out. 3rd and 3 at the 18-yard line. Blairsville content, of course, to chew up clock, too. 10:22 to go. Bobcats taking a lot of time in the huddle. Finally, they break out of there. Power I, set, strong left. Williams dots the I. They give it to Williams. He tries to go outside. Hit on a good shoestring tackle by Bill Fulton, who came up from that secondary, threw him for a loss on the play. Just as he was trying to step to the outside. If he gets by Fulton, he goes for big yardage, but Fulton got him on a shoestring job. And at the 19, it is 4th down. Do they go for the field goal?
It looks like they will. Jim Pike into the game.
A 36-yard attempt, roughly. He missed one at this end earlier. Flag is blowing in his favor right now. See where they're going to spot that ball. We'll call it 36 yards because it's at the 35 and a half, 25 and a half with the 10 yards in the end zone. Emmanuel to hold. The kick is on its way. It is far enough, and it is off to the left. It just missed. It hooked to the left. The soccer-style kicker, Pike, had the distance. He's missed a 35-yarder and a 36-yarder narrowly. 9:15 to go in the ball game. It's 14-0 Blairsville, and Homer Center will have to try and get things going.
Well, Blairsville has had the ball 6, 8, 10, 11 minutes and 15 seconds, and we've played roughly 14 plus.
High school rules are different. Homer Center gets it at the 20. It's a touchback. I think they had to update those rules a little bit. You can try a field goal from anywhere. Of course, you got to get it in the end zone. You try from the 50. You're short. So what? Right now, there's a timeout on the field with 9:15 to go in the ball game. Or is there? Hold on. The officials have stopped the clock, but I don't see any coaches or anything on, so just a momentary break. We'll keep it right here. They're ready for action. It's 14-0 Blairsville. Homer Center with the ball at their 20. B.J. Rabovich. Santos hasn't been in at that tailback spot yet. The give is to no one. Rabovich back to throw. Fire sideline. Diving attempt incomplete. It was intended for Yancey.
Yeah, I thought we'd see Terry Santis. He carried the ball well last week for 80-some yards on about 14, 15 carries, and really it was a good offense last week for the Wildcats. A lot of diversification, I guess, is the word I'm searching for, but this week back to using Marusha.
Marusha's the power runner. Santis is the scat back. Rabovich again back to throw, gets good protection, fires it over the middle, complete. First down for the Wildcats. Wise made the reception, has the first down as he crosses the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Well thrown ball. Frank Sharina in on the stop. Sharina does it all. 16-yard pickup for Rabovich and Dave Wise. Wise is the flanker to the right. Ginter goes to tight end to the right. The give this time is to Marusha. Very short yardage as he comes across the line of scrimmage, gets maybe to the 38, a pickup of a couple. Matt Neese on a stop for Blairsville. 2-yard pickup, second down and 8. 8:24 to go in this ball game. Blairsville leading at 14-0. The Bobcats 5-0 under Ernie Widmar. Wildcats 3-2 under Rick Faust. Wise to the right, Yancey to the left. Passing situation, PJ back to throw. Fires for Wise. Diving, didn't get it. At the sideline, right in front of the Wildcat bench. Third down and 8. Big play for Homer Center. Very windy here. That affects the flight of the ball. Starting to rain a bit. And some umbrellas go up and rain gear in the stands. Good crowd on hand. Some people rimming the field would say it's capacity. Not as many as at the United Blairsville game, though, a week ago, when both teams were undefeated. Double tight end set. Yancey is the wide out to the right. Third down and 8. Rabovich back to throw. Gets good protection. Fires. Caught. And a first down as Yancey on a crossing pattern has it in Blairsville territory at the 47-yard line.
Well, that's twice in this drive the Wildcats have gone over the middle to pick up the necessary yardage. Pass plays of 15 and now 17 yards, and usually it's sideline patterns you see PJ throwing, but now down the middle twice.
Down the middle. Butchie Stewart makes the stop for Blairsville. Big first down for the Wildcats. If they can go in and score and get a 2-point conversion, they still have hope. Wise to the right, Yancey to the left. PJ may go all the way, try to throw the long bomb here, one of these. He may have drawn Blairsville offside with his stutter count on the call. About 3 linemen jumped for Blairsville. I don't know if PJ's given him that stutter call, but he got them all jumping.
Well, I'll tell you what PJ gave them that time. I saw his head bob as he's barking the signals, and I don't even believe that is legal. It used to be. I think they changed that rule. Do you know, Ray?
Well, I think if it's a slight head bob, but if he gave it a real severe jerk like that and drew him off, yeah, that would be illegal. 5-yard walk-off takes it to the 42-yard line. PJ gives to Santis, I think, is in there. And he got a couple of yards. He couldn't get to the outside. Is that Terry Santis or not? Fake PJ rolling left. They're after him. They got him. Down he goes. A big sack on the play. Frank Sharina. He is your outstanding player in this ball game. Defensively, certainly. On offense, he does a ton, too. Big sack with 6:39 to go. 14-0 Blairsville. All the way back to the 40 Blairsville. It's a screen. They got him again. Down he goes. Maybe it wasn't a screen. Another sack. Matt Neese was the first one to reach him. And Homer Center is in big trouble. They're all the way back to their 39-yard line. The punting unit is on with 6:04 to go. Last time they ran out of punt formation and Sharina made the stop. This time they got a long way to run. It's pretty hard to pull something funny here. Now, might just throw a pass out of punt formation.
Blairsville knows they have a 3rd and 14. They just put their ears back and away they came, and they got him.
Mollo will be back to receive. He's not very far back. They're not figuring they're going to punt. Novak to kick it if he does. And that wasn't Novak. The kick is away. Let's see, try to pick up who was the kicker that time. some hitting upfield there. Ginter, perhaps. I don't know who kicked that time for Homer Center. Maybe it was Fouts. 5.5 to go in the ball game. The ball rolled dead at the 33 Blairsville yard line. Bobcats are in excellent position, of course, to win this ball game. They're up 14-0. They've stopped Homer Center throughout the evening. They have the football. They'll just be content to run clock. 5:10 to go. Oh, you think so? Emmanuel's back to pass. He throws the long bomb down the field, and it is almost intercepted. It was intended for McGuire, who looked like he was clear, but excellent secondary play by Dave Wise.
Now that's an interesting call from Ernie Widmar.
It sure is, because I want to tell you, Wise played center field on that perfectly. He's a good free safety. He waited till the last minute, made his move, went up the ladder, had both hands on the ball, but it slipped through. He picks it off. He has a nice run back.
He sure does. I think that's a questionable call, as a matter of fact, if I can be frank.
Oh, absolutely. You can be marked, too.
I was going to say,
Homer Center picks that off, and Wise runs it back all the way. It sure is questionable. Emmanuel instead hands off this time, and Stewart is nailed for about a yard gain on the play. I think it was Butchie Stewart carrying. Buggy makes a stop on Stewart. Gain is only 1. 4:50 to go. 3rd and 9. And Blairsville content to leave that clock running, of course. Taking a long time coming out of that huddle. 25 seconds in high school ball to get a play off. Back to throw, Emmanuel. A lot of protection, fires to the sideline. It is almost intercepted and then almost caught. Orchard had both hands on that football. And I think Tommy was figuring he had a great run back ahead of him there, and he did have sideline and open field.
Oh, that's for sure. If he kicks it into first gear down that sideline, he's got some running room.
Well, he was seeing touchdown, because he did. If he catches it and can head down that sideline quickly enough, he had it all the way into the end zone, and he pounded the ground after missing that one. 4th down, punt formation. Blairsville shifts into punt formation. Yancey and Wise, twin receivers for the Wildcats. They're both pretty good.
The Wildcats have a Benjy Mollo. That's the question.
Well, I think either one of these young men are capable of taking it back all the way. Let's see if Homer Center puts any kind of rush on. Here they come. Kick is away by Sharina. High one. Away. He kicked it out of bounds. Nice kick. As Blairsville's Sharina just kicked it to the sideline to the 32-yard line. I want to tell you, Blairsville's playing a very smart football game, even though they've thrown some passes that we questioned here. That punt certainly didn't even allow a possibility of a return.
No, Sharina just headed it out of bounds. It's a 34-yard punt, of course, no return. 4:11 on the clock, 14-0. Blairsville, and it looks like they will remain undefeated, goes 6-0.
Well, we're going to see the Air Faust show for sure in this drive. He put it up a lot the last time, P.J. Rabovich. If we center can't dilly-dally around with ground plays.
No, if we don't see Air Faust, then that's questionable.
Wise to the right, Yancey to the left. From the 33, Rabovich under center, takes a snap, he's back. He's looking for Yancey, throws it just behind him. Incomplete. Coverage by Butchie Stewart.
That time P.J. just missed his intended receiver, Bob Yancey, underthrew. Yancey caught it on first bounce.
Yancey was injured earlier. It was a cramp. Rick Faust sending the plays in. Greg Ondo, the message carrier. As Wise is out of there. 4:07 to go. Blairsville 14, Homer Center nothing. Yancey will flank to the left. A little bit of a holdup with the officials there for some reason. Greg Ondo is the flanker to the right. Normally he plays as a tight end. He's way back for being a flanker. And PJ gives on a draw to Horchard. It goes nowhere. Maybe a couple. Or was it Marusha carrying? Brian Kumpelman in on the stop.
No, it was Tom Horchard.
Gain is only 1 to the 34. 39.
PJ carried out the fake that time. He went back into the pocket as if he was ready to throw, but they fooled no one. Except maybe us a little bit.
Wise is flanked to the right, and that's no That's an easy task. Back to throw, P.J. Ravovich throwing over the middle, caught, breaking a tackle. Wise nearly got loose, but they grabbed him by the shirt, Mollo, and hauled him down. Benjy Mollo doesn't hold on to his shirt. Skirball helped out. They needed a tearaway shirt there, Mark, and maybe that's a 6-pointer. But it's a first down at the 49-yard line of Blairsville.
That's the third pass the Wildcats have completed over the middle, and makes you scratch your head a little bit. Maybe the Wildcats passed a little earlier in the ball game. Maybe not. I'm not coaching.
Wide to the right. It is Wise. Slot to the right. Ravovich back to throw. Looking deep. Sideline. Chasing it. Diving incomplete. Intended for Wise over there. He and Yancey were running the patterns. A long diagonal pass play. Just overshot. 3:06 to go in the ball game. It's 14-0 Blairsville over Homer Center, scoring on a 52-yard Benjy Mollo punt return at 2:06 mark of the first quarter, and a 23-yard pass play from Paul Emanuel to Brian Ramasco to cap an 80-yard drive at the 5:54 mark of the third quarter. Slot to the right. Hondo is the wideout. Back to throw. It's a flat pass out there. It's a lateral pass off the hands. We're going to grab that ball. Blairsville picks it up. Terry Sandus never grabbed the ball. It's ruled an incomplete pass. Ho, ho, ho. I want to tell you from our angle, that was a backward pass.
You are right about that.
Ho, ho, ho. And Ernie Whitmore, they're trying to tell on the Blairsville bench. Terry Sandus never covered that football. And the Blairsville fans are booing. You can hear him. It certainly looked like a backward pass. We'll check the replay. It's third down and 10 from the 49. Ravovich back to throw. Fires over the middle. Intercepted and dropped. Almost intercepted. As back there, it was Adam Skirball who had his hands on it. He may have been screened slightly. A Bobcat is down and hurt. And they're going to call a timeout. He's getting up now. It is Butchie Stewart. It appears to be all right. It's 4th and 10 for Homer Center at the 49-yard line. They're going to pull Stewart out of there, and wisely so, as he is replaced by Brian Ramasco in that secondary.
Football doubleheader on Stereo 1160 again next week. The Wildcats visit Salzburg, and Saturday afternoon we'll have the United game. They host Marion Center.
Slot to the right, 4th and 10 for Homer Center as the rain starts to fall more heavily. Ravovich is hit and thrown for a loss as making the sack. Dave Cobbler, a 6-foot senior, 240-pound tackle. And Bobcats will take the ball over with 2:51 to go. They lead it 14-0. And Blairsville, you can only say good things about them. They play smart. They don't make mistakes. They have a tremendous defense. They're a good ball club. I guess that's why they're going to go 6-0.
I was going to say that may be 4 reasons why they're 6-0, or will be 6-0 in 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
They're at the Homer Center 47-yard line. Emmanuel should keep it on the ground. Gives to a second back, sneaking through a hole. Tracy Williams has some nice yardage as he crosses the 45 down to the 41. Let's see where they spot him down. Out of the eye set, the flags fly. Maybe delay of the game against Blairsville, minute 49. Bobcats just content to run out the clock. The 5-yard walk-off will occur. They don't have the luxury like the pro football teams with a big scoreboard clock, and they run that 30 seconds down. The quarterback can keep an eye on it and snap it at the last second. You just kind of judge it.
We don't have the luxury of a replay official. Blairsville.
Yeah, I think Blairsville could have used a replay official there, but
maybe we do have one, and he didn't get the call down the field quick enough.
Video memories didn't call it down quick enough. From the 47-yard line, the handoff to the deep back coming through. Tracy Williams fumbles the ball, and Homer Center looks like they have it. They do. A Blairsville miscue.
They're first.
Let's see who got it for the Wildcats. It may have been Patterson. Was it Del Patterson or
Well, they throw the bomb, they get the
Ramsell, maybe?
two-point conversion, kick the onside kick, throw in a couple of quick passes, get the two-point conversion, 16-14 ball game. Sun comes out, it'll be a nice night.
I was going to say the same thing about the sun coming out. Right now, Homer Center calls a timeout. A minute 17 to go in the ball game. 14-0 Blairsville. Back after this.
What can you say? 58 starting to
Yes, it is.
They're effective.
Yes, they're after him. They hit him. The ball pops loose. Blairsville dives for it, and they got it. It appears. Let's see unless it broke loose again. Who made the hit? Brian Kunkelman made the hit. Oh, and getting off the football, though, Homer Center's Mike Marusha somehow fought it away from Dave Tobler, who looked like he had the inside track. I want to tell you, Rabovich never saw Kunkelman coming. He blindsided him. PJ felt that one, and he'll feel it tomorrow.
I was going to say, if he doesn't feel it now, he'll feel it tomorrow.
Loss of 11 to the 30-yard line. 53 seconds to go. 14-0 Blairsville. Rabovich back. Gets protection, fires deep down the sideline, running the pattern. Yancey, did he make the catch? It appeared that he did. And it's a great catch by Yancey. And maybe a fight breaking out over there. Yancey's a little exercised. I think the way he was being tackled. Troxel and Stewart were over there to make the tackle on Yancey. Came out of there and looked like he was ready to go to Fist City. 43 seconds to go. It's a first down.
Bob's not that big to do that. Senior 5'9", 140. I can remember when I was 140.
It wasn't the last couple of years. The ball resting at the 46-yard line.
2.5 years, maybe.
All that home cooking. Slot to the right. Rabovich takes a snap, back, firing, and intercepted right into the hands of the defender. Grabbing it, it was Greg Troxel. And he runs it across the 45, and with 33 seconds to go, flags now flying. Blairsville's Troxel has intercepted. And a little extracurricular activity now as these teams losing their patience, mainly Homer Center, I think, a little frustrated over there. Players milling around. The officials are in there. It's occurring in front of the Homer Center bench. And the officials breaking anything up that might happen.
Yeah, the smart thing for Blairsville to do is run over to the sideline. They have the ball. They have the ball game well in hand with 30 seconds, and play it cool and forget about it.
Well, it's traditional. They shake hands after the ball game, and I assume they will, but there's some tempers flaring there, and a flag's flying.
Well,
see if there's a walk-off to occur. The referee is explaining it to Rick Faust, and that's Elmer McDonald.
Certainly over the years, there's never any love lost between these two schools. About 7 miles apart up Route 119, and it's always a traditional rivalry. This will be the 6th time in 7 years that Rick Faust has fallen to Ernie Widmar. He beat him last year.
That was up at Homer Center. I think it was 14-7, wasn't it? And this year, of course, Blairsville undefeated at this point. Ernie Widmar looking for his first undefeated season in 21 years of coaching.
And Ernie was well aware coming into this game. He had a shot at a few undefeated seasons in prior years, and it was always Ron Coleman in the Homer Center Wildcats that knocked him off. I'm sure Ernie's happy that Ron's not across the way. Not that it maybe would have made a difference tonight.
Blairsville now calls a timeout. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. They lead it 14-0 over Homer Center. We'll be back after this.
Where are we at? Play, and they'll be 6-0.
It's called falling the football time, and Emmanuel, I don't think he'll even risk a handoff. He does not. He goes back and puts a knee down. And the clock is moving with 25 seconds to go. It's marked for play, so it's marked less than
Ernie Widmar.
Junie. So they just can stay in the huddle, Homer Center, unless they stop the clock. And I don't know that they have a timeout or even want to. How can you win it when you're down 14-0? Clock moving, 10 seconds. Blairsville is going to win it and stay undefeated at 14-0. 3, 2, 1. It is all over here at Blairsville Stadium. And the Blairsville fans let a torrent of paper go as they, it's like a ticker tape parade here.
Gee whiz, I thought it was snowing.
Almost like a wedding celebration. Right now, the teams are exchanging handshakes, and the frustrations and